to today's video, a guided yoga flow for walking and hiking. So with the weather being nice, a lot of us are getting outside more, doing more walking and maybe some hiking or jogging. So this is going to be a flow to guide you through some nice stretches and poses to open up specifically through the hips and the legs. So if you have mat, you can roll it out. If you have any props like a block, then you can grab that. If not, you might want some stacks of books or pillows or folded blankets as props as we go through. We're going to begin in a child's pose. So toes come together and knees apart. So the more apart the knees are, the more we're going to open up through the hips. And then we'll walk the hands forward. You can support yourself here with a bolster or pillows or blankets. And we're gonna bring the forehead onto something. So maybe you stack your fists, or maybe you put something underneath, or maybe your forehead comes all the way down to the mat. And we're just gonna find our breath here and completely release through the neck and shoulders. Using this time to connect with your breath. Just noticing what it feels like to inhale and exhale. And committing now to let your breath be your guide through this short flow. Knowing that you don't have to come into any postures that don't feel good in your body. And the breath can be a nice guide of this. So if you can't take full deep breaths, then it means we need to ease out of the posture. Good. From here, we're going to walk the hands over to one side, keeping the hips where they are, finding a gentle opening through the side of the body. And then we'll slowly walk the hands over to the other side. Relax through the neck. Next, inhale, slowly come back through center. And then we're going to walk up and bring ourselves up into a tabletop position on all fours. So the wrists are under the shoulders, or if the wrists are a little bit sensitive, they can be slightly in front of the shoulders. Hips over knees, and we're going to start with some cat-cows to warm up through the spine. So inhale, drop the belly down, lift the tailbone and the chest. And exhale, pull belly button to spine, press away, look at the thighs. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press. Good, a couple more on your own breath. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Next time you inhale, we'll come back through center, find a neutral spine. And we're going to step the right foot in between the hands. So if the hands can't come to the ground here, you can bring them up onto the supports I was talking about before. So whether that's a block or a stack of books or two chairs, or you're between the coffee table and the couch. We're going to flow a little bit. So inhale here and then exhale back. Coming into that runner's lunge. No need to straighten fully through the leg. Inhale forward. Exhale back, keep the spine long, so you might need to come up onto some supports. Inhale forward. Exhale back. This time we're going to stay here. So we're opening up through the hamstrings, or maybe the calf, whatever's most tight here in the back of the leg. Trying to peel the toes back towards the shin. If you find you have to round a lot in order to get the hands down, then it's nice to come up onto something to keep the spine long. So whatever works for you here, And again, no need to straighten the leg. We're just coming into a nice opening here. Not worrying about what it looks like. Good, on the next inhale, we'll come into that low lunge again. And this time we're gonna stay. So hands can be on the ground. It could come to the waist or the thigh, or they can come all the way up towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed. Gonna pull that left hip forward and the right hip back to square off the hips. Find your breath here. As we open up through the right hip, and then you might feel this through the front of the left hip flexors. One more breath in. Exhale, hands come down. We'll come back to that tabletop. And this time, left foot forward. And again, inhale here, exhale back, finding whatever modification you need. Inhale forward, exhale back. Couple more in your own breath. On your next exhale, we're gonna stay here. Each inhale, find length all the way from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And then on the exhale, maybe you come a little deeper, or maybe you just think about coming deeper. Next inhale, float forward to the low lunge. And whatever modification that you found on the other side, finding that again here. This time the right hip pulls forward, the left hip back, shoulders relax down away from the ears. Couple more breaths. Each exhale, letting go a little more. On your next exhale, hands float down. We'll come back through our table, and then we'll let the legs come over to one side, out in front, and then slowly, no rush, find your way onto your back. Once you're there, we'll pull the knees into the chest. Feel free to rock a little side to side. And then we'll pull the right knee in. Left leg can extend long, or you can keep that knee bent, whatever feels best in the hips here. Pulling that right knee in. You can play around with pulling it more towards the center of the chest or out towards the right shoulder. And whatever spot feels best, hanging out there for a few breaths. Good, next exhale, slowly release, and we'll switch. So left leg pulls in, switch the clasp of your hands, and right leg either extends or the sole of the foot can come to the mat. Find that spot. And then just breathe for a few breaths. Next exhale, release the left leg down. Both soles of the feet will come to the mat for our final pose, figure four. The right ankle crosses over the left knee, pull the right toes back. Press the right leg away, and if this is enough, stretch into the right hip, stay here. To deepen, we'll pull the left leg in towards the chest. You can use your right elbow to press the right knee away. So opposition here, pulling the left knee in, right leg away. You should feel this through the right hip, maybe the right glute. One more breath, trying to keep the shoulders as relaxed as possible. And exhale, gently release. And the left ankle crosses over right knee, left toes pull back. Press the left leg away, or maybe you come into the deeper posture, opposite clasp of the hands. Right knee pulls in, left elbow pushes left knee out. Last breath here. On your next exhale, let it go through the mouth. And we'll release. Good. From here, you can lengthen out your legs. Arms can come out to the sides of the body, coming into your final Shavasana, your final resting pose. Knowing how important it is to take this time at the end of our practice to integrate, kind of recalibrate, let our bodies catch up with all the work we did. Let go of any control you might have over your breath. Relax through the space between the eyebrows. Relax through the jaw. Let your body feel super heavy, like gravity is working extra today. Feeling fully supported by the ground underneath you. And all you have to do right now is rest. So I really do encourage you to stay here for as long as you can, at least a few minutes. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope this was beneficial for you. Namaste.